Darius Twin. Super Famicom. This is obviously it's the Super Famicom game. It's not my favorite Darius game. But it's pretty fun, and it's one I've never beaten, so I'll probably play through a few times, see if I can beat it. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much. I'm gonna try and go in with just 3 lives. I'm gonna shut the window first, though. Because it's a beautiful, rainy night. And the rain's a little loud. Oh gosh, okay. That's right. The controls for this one are a little weird. I forget the order of the buttons. I gotta look at the controller. Yeah, it's X and A to do your shots and your bombs, which feels a little off to me. Usually when I play Super Famicom or Super Nintendo, it's Y and B, like with Super Mario World and stuff, to run and jump. But yeah, this one is X and A for some reason. X is X is your main shot, and A is your bomb. I mean, you know, it works. You only got 2 buttons to choose, but to me, it does feel a little unnatural, but what are you going to do? Go in and change the code of the game to change how the controls work? I guess you could do that. I have done that before. Not for Super Nintendo games, though. 16-bit programming is a little bit more complex than 8-bit programming is. The Super Famicom, I think, can have up to 5 different background layers going on at once, which is kind of crazy. So, in the background of this first level, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3 or 4 different background scrolling speeds, if you're also including the HUD, which I think is its own layer. It's probably not sprites, just because it takes up so much space horizontally. That would be my guess anyway. But I don't know for sure. And this is the first boss that we have. Killer Higia. Probably Higia. It's a Japanese game. You can literally, as long as you dodge that first attack, you can just sit here. It's pretty easy. So this game, the one thing that it does have over the Darius 2 game on the Mega Drive or Genesis is that it is 2-player, which is really nice. I don't have anyone to play with right now, but I could. The problem is, though, this game is super unforgiving. Also, I don't know what the difference between B and C is. They're both so similar. You have branching paths in this game, but they don't really feel like they do much. Like, it almost would have been better off giving it, keeping it linear, totally linear, because then, I don't know, it just feels like it's hard to tell what the difference is aside from like the color of enemies when you're playing the game. I don't know, a lot of this game, I'd be curious to look into the development cycle for this game because it just feels like unfinished, kind of, in a way. Not unfinished, but not polished. at least in the way that like Darius Gaiden feels, or like the Master System version of Sagaya feels. Just because there's a lot of weird stuff, like for instance, oh gosh, we're getting some sprite flickery going on here. For instance, when you die, you don't lose any weapon power-ups, but it's also when you die, it's like really easy to die in this game. Like if an enemy touches you, your shield just pretty much goes away, and you die instantly. The hit detection is usually pretty good, but it can be a little choppy at times. So yeah, this game overall is definitely not my favorite Darius game, but right now it's the only one that I own at least for the Super Famicom. I found a copy of Darius Force for sale actually at a retro game store here in Osaka. But it's like $100, and I played it before on the Switch on the Darius Cosmic Collection. I remember not loving it, so I don't really want to drop $100 on a game that I don't really like that much. This one I think was like $10 or something. Games in Japan are ridiculously cheap. It's so nice. Honestly, that's the best part about it in Japan. Oh, hello, David. Oh, no worries about not being able to reply. I'll read the rest of your stuff in a moment. I have to take on 2 giant fish now. Oh gosh, I've hacked myself over. Okay. Oh no! I now have to be very okay. No more shield. Yeah, this. Oh shit. Yeah, so I don't lose any power, but wow, I'm really not doing so hot. I don't lose any power, but it's so easy to just chain deaths in this game, just because of how fragile you feel in this one. It's tough, but it doesn't. The challenge it's not like a rewarding challenge necessarily. It's kind of more just like an annoying challenge, I think. At least for me. At least when you compare it to like Darius Gaiden or something. But you know, to be fair, that's like I'm comparing a 32-bit game to a 16-bit game. Although I do feel like the 8-bit version of Sagaya on the Sega Master System is better than this. Although again, you know, I think this is a relatively early release. That's what everyone's saying. Oh hell yeah! Hey Pandemonium, what's up? It's so hard. It's so hard to read the chat while playing. You know what I could do? I could move my computer slightly closer. That would make it easier. I'm playing on a CRT, so I can get the best. I can't move it right now, but I'll do my best to read. Maybe if I can make it bigger. There we go. Okay, there we go. That didn't help at all. But we'll rally. We'll keep going. Yes, this is one that I haven't been able to beat before. Oh no, because it's really hard. And so I was saying earlier that this game does support 2-player, which is so cool. But if you're playing with someone who's like not really experienced with this game, it's not so fun because it's super easy to just like accidentally chain deaths. And although there's not like a lot of punishment for dying because you don't lose any weapon power-ups, if your friend game overs, there's no continues. So it ends up when I've played this game not a lot, but enough that I know how to play the first couple levels, and I definitely know how to play Darius games. So it's tough. It's tough playing this game with friends and having them lose on like the second level, and then I don't want to continue without them because that's not fun. So oh no. Okay. But clearly I'm a little out of practice now. but we'll see how far we can get. If I remember, this boss is not so tricky. Oh, interesting. Okay, here we've got, so this is probably, right now, 3 background layers on screen at once. One for the HUD, I assume. One for the foreground layer that's scrolling that you can't run into, or that you shouldn't run into. And then I think there's just one in the background there, and they're using like a parallax effect to make it look like it's scrolling off in the distance more. At least that's how I would have programmed it if I were making this game. Okay, cool, so I got the shield upgrade, that's nice. And right now I have the laser upgrade, so you can, there's, the way that weapons upgrade in this game is also a little strange. You've got your regular forward shot that will upgrade on its own, but then on this level you get the option to grab this sort of laser upgrade. And I haven't experimented with it enough to really know what it does, but from the little bit that I have played, it seems like it does a little bit more damage, and that, right now it doesn't make a huge difference, but in later levels it can help out a lot. There's one mini boss on, I don't remember which zone it is, it's the 6th zone with this crazy, like, American sounding guitar, that just goes insane. I'll talk in a minute once I defeat this boss, because he does have a couple of these patterns that's a little tricky to dodge. I forgot to read his name, too. Oh, okay. Once his tentacle goes down, he's not so hard. Then it's just about dodging these shots. Which, oh shoot, he's got another one. Ah, okay, yeah, you can actually see it, so that's nice. You can see it on the side of his, next to his eyes. There we go. Okay. Oh, thanks, happy fishing. Yeah, the Cosmic Collection on Switch is such a good deal. Both of them, I said it in a video a while ago, but I think the original, the arcade collection is a bit better just because Darius Gaiden is so good. But, I mean, like I said, I've recently discovered that the Sega Master System version of Sagaya is really impressive. If you like 8-bit games, that is an incredible game. I highly recommend it. Especially if you know anything about like how to program for 8-bit games. It's absolutely fascinating what they were able to pull off with that game, albeit with a lot of slowdown. It's still so cool though. This level does have a cool boss, mid-boss in it, that kind of flies around the screen and goes off screen and comes back. He should be coming up very soon. Looks like we've got, yeah, here he is. Looks like we've got 2 or 3 background scrolling, parallax scrolling layers on that very final background layer. Are you gonna shoot at me? Which is nice. One of my favorite things in gaming. No, I'm not gonna be able to get that. Okay, not worth it. Is that, gosh, I can't talk. Give me a moment. Okay. One of my favorite things in old school gaming is that, like, horizontal blanking, the strips of parallax scrolling that you get. You see it a lot more in 8-bit games, I think. Although, honestly, I haven't really kept an eye out for it in 16-bit games. I know the Mega Drive, the Genesis, does it a lot. I'm actually not super familiar with the Super Famicom library, with the Super Nintendo library, because I was a Genesis kid growing up, and so I'm mostly familiar with the Genesis library, and I got super into the Sega Master System, and lately I've been into the Super Famicom, specifically the Japanese one, because I live in Japan, and it's insane how cheap like a Super Famicom is at just like a secondhand store. Oh, dual shears. Okay, this guy's a little hard. I'll try and focus a little bit more. But before I start focusing, basically I just want to say I found a Super Famicom on the street Oh wait, I forgot he's not hard at all. Oh gosh, so then he does that. Actually, maybe I haven't played this dual shears. I think the other one, oh no. There's two different dual shears. This one might be harder. I remember just like camping out up here, because you can do this and then he literally just can't hit you and you can chill out. But it takes a while to kill him. But I might just do it this time, just so I know I can have my shield on the next level, because the next level is pretty hard. But like I said, I'm pretty sure if you get hit by the boss, you pretty much just die. Your shield isn't going to help you at all. So we'll just hang out like this for a bit. I think it is the same pattern, which is a little unfortunate. In Darius Gaiden, you know, you take the different routes and you find the different colors of the different bosses, and they have different patterns, which is so much fun. Here you don't get that as much. Okay. Sabia or Karudo? Let's see. It doesn't matter, they all end in L. So I don't know if I've been to this one before, so I'll try it. I'll try it this time and see how it goes. Okay. That's nice. Getting some shield up here. Yeah, I don't know if I've been here. I think this is the level with the cool American guitar. I can't really hear the music though, unfortunately. Ah, yes, okay, I remember now. Yeah, so the lasers, they pierce through enemies, like they, oh jeez, like they do in the original Darius. And on this level in particular, when all these like super tanky guys, these like spinning guys that were up there a moment ago, when they start showing up, yeah, this laser just cuts through them. It's so good. So I'm not going to be switching off from this. I don't know what the benefit is of the other one. Maybe it does more damage, but this doing piercing is super helpful, I remember. So I'm going to try and stick with this. I believe there's a hermit crab that's going to show up as a mid-boss, and he might just trash me. Oh, here he is. Yeah. I'm about to get trashed. Ugh, because he gets close to you. I guess if you're just patient, it's okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So I believe the boss on the stage is Vermilion Coronatus, or Green Coronatus, some Coronatus. We'll see. Wow, there's a lot of different scrolling going on in this cloud background. I can't... Wow, it like blends together too. It's super trippy if you look into it. That's awesome. I really want to get into more game development stuff. Oh yeah, so I was saying, yeah, I just found this Super Famicom on the street on my way to school one day. Someone had thrown it out, so I picked it up, and I know why they threw it out. It had some video like synchronization issues, but it worked fine in RF. So I was playing with that for a little while, and then since I had this Super Famicom lying around, freaking Super Game Boys in Japan cost like $2. They're so cheap. I don't remember how much they are in the US, but I remember them being like $40 or something. But they like can't even give them away. You can find them for 75 cents even if you're lucky. I think I paid, you know, $2 or $3 for mine. But yeah, Super Game Boys are just dirt cheap. And then you know, it turns out the Game Boy actually has very similar CPU to the Sega Master System. And once I found that out, I got super excited about programming for the Game Boy. Okay, let's see if he's dark Cornelius. I don't know this guy. Once I found that out, I got super excited about like learning how to program for the Game Boy. Oh my gosh. And so I started doing that. I don't know how to beat this guy, so I'm gonna need to be quiet and focus. Oh gosh. Where do I even need to hit him? Oh, okay. Ah, in his chest. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, he's just gonna trash me now. It's just gonna be chain death after chain death. I remember playing this game once. and after I beat this guy, it might have been a different incarnation of him. I just, right there, I died. There was nothing on screen and it just killed me. I was recording too, I have it on film. It was so frustrating. I think it's the furthest I've ever made it. So I guess we're going to Orlane, I don't know. I have been here before. Oh, maybe this is the level with the crazy, like, American guitar. Oh gosh. Okay, actually, I don't think I want that. Because I like the piercing laser wave thing I have. Maybe I'll regret not changing, but for now, okay, nice, I got a shield. But for now, you know, I'm gonna stick with this. Yeah, but programming on the Game Boy is very similar. I was able to get like a mock-up of just like a simple like intro screen with some sprites and backgrounds going pretty easy. And the cool thing about the Game Boy is you can actually, yikes. Okay, what was the point of that? You can actually program for the old, sorry, I'm having to focus a lot now. You can okay. You can program for the old black and white Game Boy and the Game Boy Color on the same cartridge, which is what they did for Pokemon back in the day. Jeez Louise. I don't know what that did. Which is super cool, because it means you can, like, have the biggest target audience you possibly can. Oh my freaking word. Wow, that was lucky. And then maybe not lucky, the devs probably intentionally built the level like that, but it felt lucky to me. I thought they just screwed me over. And actually, the Super Game Boy has its own, like, color palette and stuff that you can work with. So you can even, like, make special Super Game Boy versions of games, which are much more limited in their color than the Game Boy Color is. But the limitations that it have are really interesting, and you have to be really creative with how you use color and stuff. And that kind of stuff just absolutely fascinates me. So my goal is to, at some point, program for Super Game Boy, and Game Boy Color and Game Boy as well, but the Super Game Boy is really what interests me, because I like console games a bit more than handheld ones. I still love my Game Boy though. Geez, Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Gold and Crystal, so good. Okay, let's see. Hyper Great Thing. Okay, I have been to Hyper Great Thing before. We'll see how this goes. Oh, and we got the cool old school Darius final boss music, even though it's not the final boss. Okay, we're doing okay so far. I think he moves around a bit more though, if I remember. Yep, that's what I thought. Shooting out his hooks. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is cool. Oh, this is a challenge. I don't know if this weapon or the other one is... Okay, well, he's done. Okay, man, last stage. If I beat this first try, that'll be silly, but we'll see what happens. Final stage. Could just be a lucky run. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, oh my gosh, okay. This is a bit crazy. Oh my god, another one? Are you serious? Man, they're really stepping up the challenge on this level. Okay, I'm scared of this big guy here. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're pretty powered up. And I guess they expect me to... Oh my god, how many of these guys are you gonna send at me? I guess... Oh my god, these are just regular enemies now. Oh gosh. You really need another positioning on these enemies. How to best deal with it. Jeez Louise. Okay. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh my god, this level's insane. Ah! And no continues. Wow. That's insane. Oh, okay, guess I'm back today. Oh. Okay. We'll try going through another way. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm not gonna change any of this normal. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. I wonder if I can plug in the controller into port 2 and play as the other ship. No. Oh gosh, that didn't work at all. Took away my controls. Ah! Okay, we'll reset. That's funny though. It lets you start the game, but then just totally relinquishes all control from you. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Let's catch some fish. Okay. Yeah, so I'll try to do the different levels on this round and see if they're any different at all. I'll try going up instead. If I remember correctly though, they're all pretty much the same. Also, I'll try going with the non-piercing laser this time for just throughout the whole thing once I get to that level where you can start choosing it. Okay. The bombs in this game also feel a lot weaker than they are in other Darius games. Oof, gotcha. Which is a little unfortunate, because they're so helpful, especially in Sargaya on Sega Master System, they're so helpful. Oh goodness. Okay. The first level is really not so bad in this level, or in this game. The first level in the original Darius is quite challenging, actually. Especially the Mega Drive version is really challenging. The Game Boy Advance version is really, really hard. I'd love to stream that game at some point, because I've never even talked about it on the channel, but I've had it for years. I don't have a GameCube I don't have a GameCube here, so streaming Game Boy Advance games is a little difficult. I'd have to get a GameCube, which is money I can't really spend right now, but at some point I can, because they're not so expensive. But I don't really want to bring one back to the US if I move back to the US, so for now, no GameCube and no Game Boy Advance, but maybe at some point. I was thinking about buying one of those devices that you can use to play Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games specifically, on the TV. I think you can just plug in a Super Nintendo controller into it even. That would be really cool because they output an HDMI natively, which I guess would be a little bit of a bummer for me since I'm playing on a CRT now. I'd have to think about it. It might just be a better investment to get a GameCube, or have my American GameCube shipped over here because I already have all the stuff, or at least the cables. I have they remade yeah. So this time we're going to be, and we'll see if I can see if it's different at all. Oh gosh. Okay, so it does start off a little different, I think. I think they just bombarded me with these guys at first, and I think the colors of these guys might be different too. It's hard to tell. The levels are so similar. The shark's gonna show up and shoot its children at me and stuff. Like, they're all practically the same. B and C. Yikes. Yeah, I don't remember when it was, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, some company, I forgot who it was too, it wasn't an HD Retrovision, I don't think, remade GameCube component cables so you don't have to spend like $300 on them. which is like how much the old school ones go for. And so I bought it because I didn't know if I would have another opportunity to get them. So I own them, so I can capture like really high quality GameCube footage. I just haven't really played many GameCube games, and I think the reason I got my GameCube is literally for Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games on the TV, and also for Melee, because Melee's amazing. I haven't played Melee in so long. I was playing a little bit of Ultimate here, but my friend that I was playing with left. Oh, we got some cool parallax scrolling on the stars here too on this level. It's a little subtle, but you know, you can pick up on it. That looks like it might be multiple background layers actually. So I mean, there's nothing going on in this stage. It's just the stars. So they're probably just using a couple background layers because it's easier than programming in. Programming in parallax using the cool background splitting way. I don't think it's as cool, but it's definitely something you can do. I also wanted to keep an eye out for mode 7 and rotation in this game, because I can't think of any that I've seen. I don't remember seeing any on that last run I just did. Maybe in a cutscene or something. Maybe in the opening cutscene there's some. I do think this fight is pretty novel. It's cool that there are 2 different bosses at the same time. I think it would have been cooler if they had made them slightly different on B and C. Even just like a color palette change would have been nice. Oh shoot, would have been nice to see. But the fight itself is pretty cool. You know, I'm going on the assumption that they didn't have a huge budget for this game, which is why, you know, because obviously the Super Famicom, the Super Nintendo, has enough memory to hold, you know, 28 stages. The Mega Drive had, you know, a version of Sagaya has 28 stages, so it's not like they couldn't do a 28 stage game on the Super Famicom. They just didn't, and I assume it was all for budget reasons. They probably just wanted to get a Super Famicom Darius game out there. But I honestly don't know. I'd be curious I want to look up how this game was developed and if there were any restrictions like that or anything. So we'll see. Okay. Thank you for coming, David. Yeah, next time I'm in Tokyo, I'll let you know, because I do go there about once a month, so it'd be really cool to catch up and meet in real life. Okay. I'm realizing he said that a while ago, so probably didn't get to hear me. Whoa. Okay, there we go. We got our shield now. But yeah, death in this... Oh, man. Well, there goes my shield. Yeah, death in this game doesn't... Like, the punishment isn't nearly as strong as it is in the other games. I think Darius Gaiden does it the best, where you don't lose all your power. I didn't mean to get that. That's okay. I can get rid of it later. It just like knocks you down like a decent chunk, and I like that the most. I don't like how it works I don't love how it works in the original Darius. I think it works for that game, the way that game is built, but that's how they did it for G Darius too, and in that game it's so punishing, because it takes so long to get to the next, like, to get from laser to wave, and it's just, if you get knocked down, it's impossible to get out of using the laser, and the laser sucks in that game. I like G Darius a lot, but it's a little unforgiving. It's a tough game. I think it's better than this one. This one's a little... This one feels unpolished, and like it feels like they gave you no continues and no dropping in weapon as like a way to artificially adjust the difficulty. Like, it's definitely different from other games in the series, but I don't know if it works well. It feels like the change that they added in like last minute to change the balance of the game. Like, it doesn't necessarily feel like you were always meant to keep your weapon levels the same, but maybe like the weapons that they had designed, like maybe it was just so crippling to get dropped back, and they had already like gone through the whole planning and programming all of the different weapon power-ups into the game, and then realized that it just wasn't working or something, so they made it so that you didn't drop down, but then with like continues it was too easy or something, so they got rid of continues. I don't know. That's just what I'm theorizing. Okay, I missed this guy's name again. Something Squid or something. Okay. Yeah, maybe at some point I should play the Game Boy version of Sagaya, but honestly, I don't like it that much. It's really slow. If it was like maybe 10% faster, it would be pretty fun, but it's not. On the Super Famicom, if you play Super Game Boy, it actually, the clock speed is 2% faster, but it's not noticeable enough to like be worth trudging through. Sagaya. I have beaten it before, but I don't really want to go back and beat it again. At least not right now. Okay, Planet Putty. Like, I think the background, I think the background is the same as the other stage. I think this stage might just be a carbon copy. Like, I think the illusion of choice is there. I don't think there's actually any choice differences in these levels. This is the level with the cool guitar. Yeah. This is it. But I can't tell. If it's not the exact same, it's at least really similar. The shield color is kind of weird in this game. Also, at first I thought it was like a problem with my TV or something, or the RF connection, because I want to play on a CRT, but son of a gun. But I don't have. Well, at least I have a shield again. But I don't have any of the... Okay, so that guy's a different color. Whoa, goodness. Oh my god! Okay, I don't remember that happening. Maybe the level is different. Oof. Alright, this is a cool challenge. I like this, actually. I don't have any of my fancy, like, signal splitting equipment that I had back in the States here. But the Super Famicom... Oh, nice. The Super Famicom can output both RF and... Oh, yikes. RF and, RGB or component or composite at the same time. Yeah. So I'm just having it output both, and I'm playing in RF on the TV, which honestly, this is just like a normal consumer grade CRT TV, so it's not, it's really not that bad. It looks fine. RF's not as bad as everyone says it is. But for the stream, yeah, I'm not gonna stream RF, that's insane. So stream's using RGB. And anytime I capture anything, it's just that I can play on CRT. I can tolerate RF so that I can have no input lag. No input lag over like a pixel sharp image is definitely preferred. At least in my eyes. Okay. And so this dual shears, yeah, okay, so he's red, so, you know, it's a little different. Interestingly, you can see some sprite flicker here. I'll try and go for the faster way of playing. I think if I just hug the wall, he won't touch me. Curious to see how fast I go down. Okay. Yeah. Maybe like Marge. That was quite a bit faster. Okay. That's also not so bad. I didn't even lose my shield. Maybe I got hit once, I couldn't tell, but... Oof. Okay, I wonder if L changes depending on which level you're coming from. I doubt it, but that would be interesting. Okay, so yeah, this time the background's orange as opposed to gray. Okay, so there's like some subtle differences, palette changes and whatnot. Looks like the enemies might be a little bit different too. So I think on this level I'll be getting that item that changes from this like cutting wave to whatever I was using before I switched to it. So I'll try switching back and see what happens. I'm gonna switch. Okay. So yeah, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this level is definitely a little bit different. So that's nice at least. Isn't uneven. Obviously, the differences in levels are not anything like Darius Guide. But even like Sagaya on Mega Drive, that's stupid. Like I had full shield and that ball just like kills you. That shouldn't happen. Like that should definitely just take my shield away. It shouldn't just kill you like that. That's what I remember. That's why this level is difficult, because if that happens, you can just like instantly just get a chain death yourself. Here I think should be the shield. Nice. God, what a waste. Okay, we'll see. Curious. I think this level's final boss is also Dark Coronatus, but maybe they recolor him. I'm not sure. I like the design of those ships that come from behind. It almost feels like like Imperial Star Cruisers from Star Wars. I love the like fins on top kind of design, sort of like a what are they called? Sunfish or mola mola or a manbo, if you will. That's a game that I want to get into actually. I don't have an MSX, but Space Manbo. Or as it's probably supposed to be pronounced, Space Mambo, is such a cool game. I would love to get an MSX. It also uses the same CPU as the Sega Master System, so it's a computer I could theoretically program for, which would be cool. But they're so expensive. Like, I was really into Master System and stuff. And the Mark III, which is the Japanese Master System. And when I came to Japan, I really wanted to like get a collection and like get my own Sega Mark III and stuff. Okay, Dark Corners. But they're so expensive. I got one for a really good price actually, and I cleaned it up, and you know they have a common issue where they're oh, these are really cool color Coronatus actually. Oh, come on. Where their powers, the Sega Mark III's power switch breaks, and you have to like, it's just like literally unusable. You just like have to, you just have to tape it on. Is what the previous owner had done. So I had to actually go in and desolder the whole power strip and buy it, not power strip, the whole power switch and buy a new one, which I did. And now it's awesome. It's in such good condition. I love my Mark III, and I got an FM sound unit for it too. So it plays like really cool FM music. It's so fun. Such a cool machine, but it's so expensive here too. And there's no light gun games in Japan. They never released the Sega Light Phaser. Oh, cool! This level looks like it scrolls down. That's really clever. Because on the map screen, this level you go down to L. I love that. That's okay. It's like almost the same level except it scrolls down. I can get behind that. That's really clever. That's funny. I wonder if the other levels do stuff like that too. I'll have to pay closer attention next time. That's a really fun little switch up. Okay, so yeah, let's change back. Okay, so we just got a big ball now. Wow. That's so funny. I don't know why that amuses me so much. It's just like such a clever, lazy thing to do. I love it. I love game design like that. Absolutely brilliant. I probably would have never noticed that if I didn't play 2 games back to back, which under normal circumstances I probably wouldn't, but streaming, I don't know, it's fun. It makes me want to play more. I feel like I can't just play one round. I gotta play a couple at least. Okay. hopefully we can power up this ball a bit more. Oh no! Thank you. 2 lives going in. We're gonna have to fight Great Thing here. Probably. I assume it's Great Thing. I wonder if he'll still be blue though. Hey, that yellow thing felt like it did a bit more on this level. Now that we got those tanky guys. I like how colorful they are. So many different varieties of them. Kind of like a Pokemon. I don't know what they're supposed to be. But yeah, I would love to. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, like any of the 8-bit systems, you can throw TurboGrafx into that if you want to. PC Engine, it's kind of 16-bit. They're all super expensive. Not super compared to the United States prices. They're really cheap. But even here in Japan, they're like expensive, which sucks. I really wanted to get into the Master System more, but they're rare. Like the game shops don't ever have them. And if they do, they're really expensive usually. So I got a couple games that I wanted, and then I just got EverDrive, and I love my EverDrive, and it works for programming games too. So it's pretty good. And yeah, the MSX computer, I've seen like maybe 2 of them. Full Metal Shell. Oh shoot, this is a whole different boss. Oh, cool. It's like hard shell, but he's full metal. Oh my god, no way. He tries to bite you. That's incredible. Shoot your children at me, I don't give a heck. Oh my god. That's pretty brutal, actually. I bet you anything, he's easier with the laser waves thing. I'll have to, damn it! I'll have to try that out next time. I'll have to do one more run. Damn it! Yeah, okay, we'll do one more run on the same route. Maybe I'll go through the middle and come back up to here. And I'm gonna stick with the laser thing, because the laser's just so much better. Okay. Ah, I'm again. That's just the way it goes, I guess. Okay. Let's see if we can adjust some of these settings quickly. Change this red. Okay. Let's get back into it. I don't know, it is kind of strange also that you don't play as Proco or TI. Oh, this game's from 91. I think the Sagaya on Master System is from 93, which is super late. But I'm not sure. But yeah, as I was saying, the MSX, the SMS are super expensive here, so it just doesn't make sense to try and collect for them. Also, honestly, the NSX has some cool games on it, but yeah, you never see them for sale anywhere except like online. And I don't know, if I'm gonna shop for stuff online, I might as well just be back home in the United States, because here there's so many cool video game stores and just like secondhand stores that sell games for so cheap. They're called Book Off and Hard Off, and there's a couple in like the Osaka prefecture. There's more than a couple. There's a bunch actually, and they're so cool. When my friends come and visit me, my gaming friends specifically, we always hit up all the different like book offs and stuff, and it's so fun. And they go nuts over like how cheap everything is, because to me, it's all become kind of normal. I work on like a Japanese salary and stuff, and I have like expectations as how much like games should cost. And so, but like when they see them, this, you know, it's like 80% cheaper than the English games, the English versions of the games. And for games, you know, like Darius and stuff, it totally doesn't matter. In fact, they're in English anyway. You know, RPGs and stuff, it's another story. But I can read Japanese decently now. So I've been playing through Pokemon in Japanese and Link's Awakening, which I've never played before. And that's been a really fun challenge. I've been playing that on the trains and stuff. That game is awesome. I didn't really like Zelda that much before playing this game. I played Minish Cap when I was in high school, and I played Golden Axe Warrior on the Sega Master System, which is just, you know, a copy. Not a copy. It's actually probably maybe a little bit more modernized version of the original Zelda game on NES, and it's super colorful and pretty, and the music is amazing, and it was so good. I played that over a winter break during probably graduate school. God, that game was so good. I couldn't put it down. I remember I would stay up all night playing that game. It was so good. Yeah, so then I decided to play Link's Awakening on Game Boy, and it's fantastic. I'll go to C again this time. It's absolutely fantastic. And playing it in Japanese is a fun challenge because I've never played it before, so I don't know where to go, so I really have to pay close attention. But it's got those houses with the telephones that you can like get hints for and stuff, which is really helpful. So when I don't know what to do, I just have to go there. And then if I don't know a word, I can just look it up. Yeah. Okay. However, while like most 8-bit systems are kind of expensive here in Japan, the Nintendo, like anything, the Game Boy, the NES, or the Famicom, dirt cheap. Anything that Nintendo made, just absolutely so cheap. So, like I said, I found my Super Famicom on the street in the trash, and I tried to fix it and I ended up breaking it. But you know, whatever, it was free, someone was going to throw it away anyway. So that was super nice. I got a free one, but I broke it. So then, you know, I ended up buying a replacement for, I think it's $4. I had a new Super Nintendo for $4. You know, I cleaned it up and now it looks amazing. And then I got a Super Game Boy on top of that for another, you know, $1, $2 maybe. And Super Nintendo games are super cheap too. Like Aladdin, which is a really fun Super Nintendo game, you know, I got for less than $10. This Darius game, I think I got this one for maybe $15, but I found it at another store the other day for about $5. So, you know, stuff's out there if you look for it, which is so cool. I love that about Japan. And yeah, Game Boy games, so cheap, it's insane. I'd never heard about the Mega Man games on Game Boy until recently when I started collecting for Game Boy. And so I went out and bought a copy of Mega Man 5 because of Rockman World 5, because everyone online said it was really good, and I played it and I was like, wow, this game's awesome. It's so good, I'm so glad I bought it. And then I found out the American version is like, you know, the Japanese version was like a little expensive. It was like maybe $15 American, which for a Japanese game is kind of expensive. But then I went and I found how much that goes in American dollars for the English version, and it's like a $400 game. It's insane. Like, that price is ridiculous. I would never pay that much for that game. Like, it's a really good game, but like, I wouldn't pay $400 for any video game. That's insane. It's just totally changed my whole perspective on oh, nice. Totally changed my perspective on like how much games should cost. And, man, being able to buy like any cheap Game Boy game is so nice. Mole Mania. It's like a puzzle game on Game Boy. I bought it for like 75 cents here. It's insane. Planet Lankus. Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna get that laser power up again, and we're just gonna coast with that because it just feels better than this shot. Maybe I should try not getting it and just upgrading my main shot from now on, but you know what? The scientist in me wants to experiment, so we'll try not getting this time and see how long it takes for us to get to that big blue sphere and if we can actually power up beyond that. In worst case scenario, I can just grab it later in the other level where it shows up. So we'll see how this goes. I think it'll be harder because without piercing it, it'll be a little bit more difficult in certain ways. Ooh. Okay. I know that like all spaceship shooters are pretty much auto-scrollers, except for maybe like Pocky and Rocky, which is awesome. Also really expensive. I'd love to play that game. I did have Pocky and Rocky reshrined actually. I could stream that one because that's a game I've been wanting to play. I'll consider that. That's a good game. But this level in particular feels particularly slow. This whole game in general feels a little slow. Not anywhere near as slow as like Sagaya on Game Boy, but it does feel like a bit of a slog. And I think a lot of it is due to the branching paths not really meaning very much. Like even in, I hate to keep comparing this to an 8-bit Master System game, but you know, Sagaya on Master System, the different levels really do make a difference. Like, they're really cool. It was so fun exploring that game and going through all the different levels and stuff. That game is just so good. Everyone should go out and play that game. It's on the Cosmic Collection. You should play it. Give it a go. It's a really interesting version of Sagaya. Plus, on that one, you don't need to like download my patch file that I made for the Master System version to have one button be both shoot and fire. You can just set it in the settings, which is really convenient. I missed this guy's name again, but that's okay. I'm curious to see how fast they'll go down with this different weapon, or if it'll make any difference at all. Oh, I just shot his arm off. That's cool. I probably could have done that with the other one too if I was just aiming properly. Oh, he meant to fire it off. I see. Thought he was just gonna fire off the other one. Yikes! Oh, there it goes. Okay, this pattern's not so bad. Cool. Okay, he's done. Okay, now we're gonna make our way back up so that we can go down again. Cause I wanna take out a full metal, whatever his name is, full metal turtle, full metal shell. Yeah. Okay, American Guitar level. We're battling through the Rocky Mountains. Maybe the Sierra Nevadas. Those are pretty pointy. This is the one. Yeah, this is definitely the cooler of the two levels, because in this one you speed through while that guy's chasing you. It feels kind of cool. Feels almost like a set piece kind of thing, but maybe not quite. So far, though, I think it's probably the most exciting thing this game has. It's kind of like the carpet ride in Aladdin kind of feeling. This right here. You're speeding up and there's danger coming about, and you gotta watch out for these big lasers that are shooting at you. Oh my god. From different altitudes. It's exciting. And this guy's behind you chasing you. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. This is a good level. Dare I say my favorite in this level, in this game? Although son of a bitch. No, come on, dog. Okay. I do really like the fact that the second to last level changes. Come on, bro. Changes the way that you scroll, depending on if you're coming up or going down. Ooh, okay, we got a double ball shot. Another game actually that I've been wanting to play and beat is Goal Cave on Sega Mark III on Sega Master System, because it's really hard. It's also really long, so that might be a good game to stream, because it's one that I've been wanting to play for a long time, but sitting down and actually playing through it, it's just so daunting. I think the game is like an hour and a half long, and when I sat down and actually tried to beat it, there were 3 levels where if you like did not come with the correct power-up, I'm honestly not sure if they are beatable. Like, they were so difficult. One of them I was able to... Oh my god, he's throwing his dual shear at me. Although now I can just kind of free shot him in the face. Keep it up, bro. Okay, now he's going back to his old stuff. Okay. Yeah, there's one level in that game that is just, I'm convinced, impossible. If you don't come in with the correct setup. Like, it's just so absolutely cool. This game has nothing on that one in terms of difficulty. And that game is infinite continues. Oh my goodness. And interestingly, I mean, I'll save that talk for when I stream that game, because that's definitely a game I'd like to stream. I think the boss variety in this game is a little lacking. It's not so bad. I do wish that the bosses, at least when they were the same boss on the different zones, had different patterns. I do appreciate that the last 2 zones, though, have different end bosses. I didn't know that until today. Oh, and this level is different. This level is totally different from the other 2 levels. Okay, so we do have some variety in this. That's not so bad. Oh my god, and there's a ton of stuff going on. This level's awesome. This level's beautiful. Why didn't they duplicate this one twice? I'm not a big fan of the cloud backgrounds in the Darius games. Darius 2 mostly has them. They look nice, like on Sega with the parallax scrolling and stuff. And this looks so nice though. You've got the cool like coral reefs, like you do in the original Darius game. And you've got the different colors of blue, different shades of blue for the water going on here. And we've got, oh, look at that in the back. Damn it. I don't need that actually. Look at the wave effect we've got going on with the multi-line scrolling on the bottom there. That's so cool. Okay, this guy's gonna heck me over. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, bro, you need to die. Ah, no, not me. Okay, the wave just tears through this guy. These little bullets aren't doing anything. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. He's still alive? Are you... That's frustrating, man. Okay, let's see if we can get a real nickname in this time. Oh, cool, you can get copyright. It's me, Boff. Oh, what time is it? Okay. Almost 11 p.m. here. I think I'll do one more. Because I want to get to that guy with the slicing laser. I think that's what I want to do. Plus, I want to beat this level. That level is cool. Maybe the prettiest level in this game so far. Okay. Yeah, next time I stream, maybe I'll set up a consistent streaming schedule, because I haven't been able to pump out any videos lately. Just for a number of reasons, really. You know, I'm pretty busy. I have like a full-time job now. I don't have as much time to play games. Also, just my interests have been changing a lot. Like I said before, I got really interested in programming, so that started taking up a lot of my time. Also, it's like a pretty productive thing to do. Not that, you know, making videos is not productive. It's quite productive, in fact. But I want to become a software engineer at some point. I have a degree for it and everything. So like programming games definitely feels like it's a little bit more productive towards that than playing games. Also, just because I want to make a video doesn't mean I'll end up making the video. Like, I've even written a couple of scripts on videos that I've wanted to produce, that I've wanted to make on games that I like, that just haven't come to fruition. And I don't know, just sometimes it just feels like a waste of time to just really sit down and learn a game. Like Gold Cave is one of those games that I sat down and like tried to learn, and did learn. I couldn't beat it, but I spent a lot of time working on it, and like there were a lot of stuff that I wanted to do with that, and I just like didn't end up finishing the video or even starting the video on that one, even because I never beat it because it's so hard. But I'll work towards it now, I think. The streaming could be a fun way to stay in touch with my audience. I did make 2 videos since I moved here. I got that one on Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 9 that I made that I was pretty proud of. I thought that one turned out really well. And then my most recent one on Sagaya, which I was really happy about, because and I will hopefully at some point be able to publish this video, but I was working on a video on ease for Sega Master System, because it has a really cool 4-way scrolling effect that it does that's not really supposed to be possible on the Master System, but it does these cool, software tricks where it still isn't technically doing it, but it, looks like it is, and it's just really fascinating, and I've spent a long time, like, digging into the code of that game and figuring out how it works, and I wanted to make a video on it, but honestly, it's really hard to explain it cohesively how assembly programming works to someone who doesn't know how to program in it, and I just wasn't confident in the script. I wasn't confident that it conveyed what I wanted to say in an easy enough way, so I ended up putting that video on hold. Also, I wasn't sure how to I wanted to be able to illustrate what I was saying with some kind of graphical implementation using editing software, and that was just a little bit out of the reach of what I was able to do in terms of editing. It even still might be. I'm not a professional video editor by any means whatsoever, so. But the Sagaya video I made, I think, was a step in the right direction. I was able to get some cool visualizations, I thought, in my descriptions of how the programming worked, and the programming was simple enough that it was easy enough to explain in a way that anyone could understand how it works. So I'd like to do something like that. A couple more videos like that, probably, but also, sometimes I just don't feel inspired to make a video. I don't really want to make videos on games that I don't really feel something for. Be that passion, or being able to see how much work someone put into a game, or maybe a game that upsets me, which I don't have so much anymore now that I've started programming myself. When you actually start making games yourself, you realize just how difficult it is, and how much work goes into designing a game, and even just getting stuff to move on screen and look nice and do those parallax effects that I was talking about earlier. So it definitely puts it into perspective, how difficult it is to make a great game. When I do play a really good game now, really when I play any game now, my mindset has changed a lot from just playing a game to looking at the background and thinking about, how did they program that? This system is not really supposed to be able to do this. What could they have possibly done to get this working? And when I find a game where I stop thinking about how things were programmed, that's how I know that it's a really good game. And when I play, Link to the Past on Game Boy, I stop thinking about it, and I'm just playing. When I play Pokemon, I'm totally absorbed. Right now, actually, I'm pretty focused on the game here, but I am thinking a little bit about some stuff. These 2 bosses are, come on, not even any iframes on that. These 2 bosses are probably separate background layers that are scrolling on top of each other. Maybe one of them's a sprite. Maybe they're both sprites, but I doubt it. It would be a lot of sprites. Oh boy. Yeah, no, he's way too wide to be a sprite. He's definitely a background layer. When you got so many background layers like the Super Nintendo has, you can just like throw them all over the place and use them as if they're sprites, because I think the Super Nintendo has like 5 background layers. You can do anything you want. And because of that, you know, one of the reasons I like 8-bit games a lot lately is because of how not complex they are. Like, you really gotta know what you're doing to pull off any cool, crazy effects. Super Nintendo, you can just, you know, freaking everything's a background layer. You can do anything you want. You can do any kind of crazy effects. You can do Mode 7, like, I mean, I'm sure, you know, it's not just a given. Like, obviously there's a lot going into programming something. Yeah, I wanted that. But, you know, seeing impressive background scrolling on Super Nintendo, to me, is less impressive than seeing impressive background scrolling on the Game Boy or on the Sega Master System. It's just a totally different level. Like, this split background layer in the very, very background is, to me, more impressive than this actual parallax scrolling of these 2 separate background layers. Just because I know that someone had to go in and actually, like, adjust, you know, adjust the scroll speeds manually as it was, like, getting drawn, and the whole way that those background scrolling effects work is really fascinating to me. And it's definitely more prevalent on 8-bit systems. At least ones I can handle it. The original Famicom's PPU, Picture Processing Unit, is actually quite, the original Famicom is actually not that powerful. There's a lot of stuff that it can't do, but it does have this huge advantage to it that other systems don't, and that's that it's expandable. You can put stuff into the cartridge to do a lot of the processing for the CPU, or to help the CPU. You can even give extra audio channels, like in the game Gimmick, which is a game that maybe also I should stream Gimmick, because that's a game I want to play. Super cute Sunsoft game that I recently got on Switch. That's a fun one. Yeah, maybe I'll do that too. Yeah, Famicoms also are so cheap. You can find them for $2 here in Japan. The top loader, though, is expensive. I think it's still cheaper than it is in the US, though. Oh, hello. In the US, I think it's like... I have no idea, honestly. Here, the cheapest I've seen the top loader for is like $50. Which, you know, when you can get a Famicom for 5, you know, that's 10 times as much. They do have one really cool Famicom though, called the, and it's even more expensive than the top loader, but it's called the Sharp Twin Famicom. It's so cool. It's oh, sorry, some people are talking to me. I haven't had time to check the chat. Hey Andre, how's it going? Oh, Haunted Castle. Yeah, Haunted Castle. I've never played it. It's something I'd like to try. It just doesn't look that fun. The music's really good though. There's a couple of really good tracks in that I'd like to play. And Astro Mingo, hello. Astro Ninja Man on NES. No, I haven't. I've never heard of that game, actually. That sounds really interesting. I'll have to look that one up. There's so many Famicom and NES games that I don't know. That library is just totally foreign to me. And lately I've been getting into the Game Boy, and Game Boy Color to an extent. But the Game Boy itself just has so much games, because was out forever. It was like they're making games for that thing like until forever. And for me specifically, I'm into like the Super Game Boy, and a lot of Game Boy Color games are also Super Game Boy compatible, which is insane. Some of them are more compatible than others. They all work on Sega. Some of them don't work on it. The ones that do all work on it, but you know, some of them have more interesting features than others. Link's Awakening is actually one that's not terribly impressive. Pretty much bare bones effort put into the Super Famicom compatibility on that one. But it's still good. I'd rather play it on I'd rather play it on Game Boy Color though, because the color's so nice. Okay, so we're at a bit of a setback here. I hope I don't die. If I die, I mean, next time I lose, it's over. I'm not playing again. Played 3 times in a row already, and I only made it to the boss once. The final boss once, or the final level. I didn't even make it to the final boss. Okay, we got the wave cutter now. Now we should be doing a bit better. Okay, yeah, now we're just slicing through these guys. Yeah, I wonder if that wave power-up is here in case you missed it the first time, or if it's in case you want to switch back, because this feels like an objectively better upgrade. I don't know. Switching back to it was a huge mistake last time. Okay, dual shears, here we go. I think my stream is lagging by like many minutes, but it's hard for me to check. It looks like he's made of sprites, interestingly enough. God, yeah, this has to just be better. There's no way around it. Going down now. Okay, yeah, we've got that fight down pat, so it's easy. Okay. We want to go to H, because yeah, I want to see the underwater world. Oh yeah, this thing is just so much better. Yeah, it goes to the foreground too, yeah. Seems like it's just always better to use this. Okay. I'm feeling good. I don't know if I'll win, but I feel like I can, you know, in another stream or two, I'll be able to beat this game. Add it to my completed Darius games list, which is most of them now, at least 1cc. 1cc, the Mega Drive version of Darius 1. 1cc Game Boy Sagaya, 1cc SNS Sagaya, 1cc Genesis Sagaya. Oh damn it! There's so much less space to get around on that. Oh, okay. We'll do one last check. It's me. One last check for some Mode 7 in the intro. I think there is some. And then I'm gonna have to call it a night, because I have to wake up in the morning, and it's 11 o'clock right now. I can't really read this, by the way. There's a lot of kanji that's difficult to read. Shikashi ima, karera no home planet. I don't know how to pronounce it though. Something about a feeling planet or something. It's also really fast. Ah, that's right. Yes, here's the Mode 7. Or at least rotation. Which may or may not be Mode 7. Okay. Well, I'll be back another time. I'll try and think of some an actual streaming schedule. Mingo says only 1cc Darius 2 arcade. Oh my god, Darius 2 arcade. That's really hard. I've never done that. Darius 2 arcade is super difficult. And Gaiden. Gaiden's so good. Darius Gaiden's so good. Actually, one game that I would like to play on stream soon, and this was my white whale for a long time in terms of collecting, was the PlayStation 1 Japanese exclusive Darius Gaiden. I was looking for it for probably a year and a half before I finally just bought it on a website called Mercari. It is the worst version of Darius Gaiden I've ever played in my life. I was so disappointed. There's just numerous reasons why it's not good. It's playable, it's totally playable, but man, the Saturn just really blows it out of the water. It's crazy. The Switch version is better too, of course. I was so disappointed. I'll talk about it more when I stream that one eventually, but that was maybe the biggest disappointment I've ever had when it comes to Darius. So thank you all for tuning in. This was really fun. I think this is something that I'd like to keep doing because I've been wanting to play more games lately, and I guess it is just a little, I don't know, lonely, I guess, to just like sit and play by yourself. But streaming is really fun. Plus, on YouTube I can get like a couple people watching at least. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye.